People going bald think they need to fly to Turkey and get a hair transplant. But the reality is that there are other treatments to regrow your hair without a hair surgery. And when going to this subreddit, you will find amazing hair regrowth stories that will blow your mind. So here's the top 5 best hair regrowth stories of this year without a hair surgery. These are the results that hair surgeries don't want you to see because it would take away their business. First on our list we have this guy. Before starting any treatments, his hair looked really bad. Like his frontal hairs were barely holding on. 18 months later, we find this progress though, which is amazing. So how did he do it? Well, he tells us that he had, funnily enough, scheduled a hair transplant. But he says, my hair made a comeback and now I'm confused. 18 months progress. So what did he use? He was on Finasteride and Minoxidil, which is a killer combination. And as a user put it, he went from an Eastern European prison inmate into an Italian wine connoisseur, which is very true. Yes, very briefly for those who don't know. Minoxidil is a hair stimulant and Finasteride is a DHT blocker, which is the hormone that causes hair loss. So no wonder he got these results. Hair surgeries don't want you to know this, man. Okay, so next result. 6 months of treatment. Best decision of my life. Same treatment as Michael Jackson. The reason this comment says this is because his skin looks with a different tone. But no, despite the different lighting, you can see the amazing hair results he's got in just half a year. He was on 1 milligram of finasteride for 6 months and 5 milligrams of oral minoxidil for 3 months. Oral minoxidil, contrary to the liquid minoxidil, is much more potent and will give you much better results. But it is also more likely to produce unwanted side effects, since you are exposing your whole body to the drug, not just your scalp. What about if you're older, like in your 30s instead of your 20s? Do these treatments also work? Well, for this guy, they did. 5 years apart on 1.25 milligrams of finasteride and 5 milligrams of oral minoxidil daily. First pick is me at 31 or 32, having been on 1.25 milligrams of finasteride since the age of 29. Second picture is of me at 36, after having added 5 milligrams of oral minoxidil to my routine for about 8 months. Wow, so not only does the hair look amazing, but you could argue that he looks younger as well. So if he was on finasteride before, why did he not regrow as much hair at the beginning? The reason is that finasteride can certainly stop further hair loss and even regrow some of the lost hair back, but not as well as minoxidil. You see, minoxidil is the king when it comes to hair regrowth, aka stimulating the hair much more than finasteride. But of course, some people want to avoid minoxidil because it can give side effects such as heart palpitations or headaches. Fortunately, there are safer ways to stimulate hair, such as LED helmets. That is why I asked iRestore to sponsor this video. It's a non-invasive, drug-free option that really helps. I've been using the iRestore Elite myself to maintain what I have without more invasive treatments. Wow, the build quality really impressed me. Solid, premium and well made. If there's one LED helmet I recommend, it's this one. I mostly use it on my stubborn temple area where I still have some baby hairs. I like how it stimulates the follicles and it's super easy to use. Just 12 minutes a day, non-invasive, clinically proven and FDA cleared. I won't deny it, it is expensive. But maybe it's just me, but I would rather pay more for a product that I know works than less for something that may not. It is the highest power LED device on the market with 500 diodes, 300 lasers and 200 LEDs. Providing full coverage. People often see improvements in as little as 3 months and it is dermatologist recommended. If you want a safe and effective way to stimulate your hair and maintain that what you already have, this is one of the products I use and recommend. Links are down below if you want to check it out. Could you regrow your hair with minoxidil only? Yes you can, but after some time it will fall out again since you are not preventing DHT from building up in your DHT sensitive follicles. So it's definitely effective on its own, but only for a few years without Finasteride. He actually did the opposite of this meme. Do you think people of previous generations had better hair? What changed? Being 30 in 2024 versus being 30 in 1994. But he is this guy now with the other text. Being 30 in 2024. Very nice. If you think that these results are great, wait until you see the next guy. This will blow your mind. 8 months apart. Got all my hair back. First image was in August 2024. I shaved my hair after wearing a system for 18 months. Second image is today, 8 months after starting topical Minoxidil 5% twice a day and topical Finasteride 0.25 once per day. Pfft, amazing, man. He says, I've literally got my hair I had in my early 30s. I'm 40 at the moment. Oh, but wait, because he's actually posted an update recently and boom. So this is 4 months later. He's still on topical Minoxidil 5% and topical Finasteride 0.25%. I didn't really have high expectations. I have been going bald since my mid-20s. I'm currently 40. Wow. Yes, another good alternative to Finasteride is the topical version, topical Finasteride, which contains the same medication. So it's essentially the same medication, only you target it only here where you are losing your hair, so in the scalp area. So in reality, much safer and much better in my opinion. Now let's see this guy here. Updated progress, 6 months in. Now that's really good, man. And the reason I wanted to show you this is because in addition to Minoxidil and Finasteride, the usual stuff people use, he was also microneedling. I've talked about microneedling many times in my channel before. And the reason why I love it is because it allows you to get the best results in the essentially quickest amount of time. It just accelerates things so much because your hair gets the necessary Minoxidil faster. Why? Well, the skin, believe it or not, is actually composed of very thick layers, which is good. It protects us from the environment. But when it comes to getting treatments such as Minoxidil into the follicle, it is really hard to do so. Sometimes Minoxidil doesn't penetrate deep enough to reach the targeted area. So personally, I'm a big advocate of this third treatment in conjunction with the other two. Now, you might think 6 months is a lot, and I understand, but I've seen people getting results much sooner, like this guy. 23-year-old male, diffuse thinner. 3 months difference, we are so back. Indeed, man. It looks like he's back on track. He was also on the standard Minoxidil and Finasteride. I'll tell you, the hair surgeries don't want you to know this, man. Anyway, if we had to give the title of the best hair regrowth story of this year, I think I'm going to give it to this guy. Congrats, man! For me, it's exceptionally amazing. Even though he achieved these results in 12 months, so not the fastest, I would say he got the most hair back out of all the results we've seen, so making this the most impressive overall. If you want to check out these stories personally, I've left all the links down below in the description. Subscribe to see more results like these, and until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Bye!